Here's one of the clearest green flags in a relationship. Someone who respects your boundaries without arguing. When boundaries are respected, your brain registers autonomy and safety at the same time. Healthy boundaries calm the nervous system for both people in the relationship, making it stronger and happier.
Somebody asking where all the good men at? We grocery shopping at 11. Oh, 11:11. It really is 11:11. Yeah, we grocery shopping at night. We hide from y'all. Shoot, last weekend I was out rolling. Somebody grabbed my butt. Could have said hi. I'm here to talk to you. Dang, we just hide. We've been hurt. True story.
And you sit up here and listen to these modern women talk about how they can't find a good man. To a singles event, can't seem to find a man. It's just a figment of my imagination. It's like Sasquatch. It's like Bigfoot. He doesn't exist. There are sightings, but the Loch Ness Monster. That's exactly what he is. I cannot find him. But then y'all go out here and disrespect the man, talk trash about the man, and then y'all get confused. Well, he not showing up to singles event. He's not showing up to singles event. I can't really find a man to talk to me in the gym. Man, I go to the church, man. I go to the grocery store. I'm up here at the gas station at 6 a.m. creeping on men. I'm at Home Depot peeking around the corner creeping on men. Can't find anybody. It's not a mystery. It's just that you run your mouth too much. And now men.
Half of Gen Z men no longer actively even trying to date. They're not even trying. And so the question is, well, why is that happening for women? Women, first off, are dating older. They want more economically and emotionally viable men, and that usually means older men. In addition, when young women are lonely, they have much better social networks. They have much stronger friend networks, whereas guys become kind of lone wolves and kind of literally sequester from everyone and everything.
There are not as many handsome men as there are beautiful women. That's why when we talk about them, we don't go like, girl, I just met this guy, like, he's so hot. We don't even say that. And as soon as your friend's like, oh, let me see a picture, and you're like, well, let me find a good picture of him. Like, that man's not hot, babe.
Women being beautiful creatures is why, especially men, feel like they have some kind of credence over telling you
what you're supposed to look like.
Right.
Modern women have this thing to where they're expecting you to do it like they want you to do it, exactly how they want you to do it. It's almost like a performance review. You know what I mean? A performance review. So, and I understand, you know, you have to talk to people and communicate with them. I get it. I understand it. I'm all for it. But modern women, the way they be treating you, it's almost like they think that they're your supervisor. Like they own you. Like you're the employee, they're the boss. That's the way they treat you. Like you don't know anything. You don't know what you're doing. Anything that might be coming out of your mouth hasn't been well thought out, hasn't been planned out. You're an idiot. You're a psychopath. You're aloof, you're obtuse, all of it.
Men kind of view dates now as a transaction where, oh, I'm going to take you out. I'm going to pay for dinner. I'm going to pay for drinks. Well, you better sleep with me after. That's not what dating is. It's like building connections. It's getting to know somebody, but they view it as like this transactional thing where it's like, I gave this, so I deserve this. It's like we all give and take. And I don't know. I just think it's such a weird like perspective that they have now. I'm like, it's about the experience. And if you're looking at it as a transaction, you're not going to find anybody.
A lot of women though view it as transactional too, because I've seen posts from women that are like, I spend $1,200 on my hair. I spend $150 on my lashes. I spend $1,200 on my Botox. I spend this on my nails. And you think I'm worried about a dinner that costs X amount of money. So it's like women are also making it transactional by saying those things, because it's like, if you're doing those things for men, that is your choice, but you're also making it transactional. So it's like, it's both.
What's going on, fellas? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let's get back to the video. And a lot of these modern women, they'll sit up here and watch a man do the things that he's supposed to be doing, act like he's supposed to be acting, and take it for granted. Fumble them, straight up. Just fumbled. They try to make it seem like he's the problem. He's the one doing things that he, he did this, or he was this, and this. No, you're the problem. You have the issue, and it's time for you to start taking accountability for you fumbling a good man. Plain and simple, man. I did this. I talked to him this way. I was acting silly, had a bad attitude. I wouldn't dress appropriately. I was posting pictures I probably shouldn't have posted. And he got tired of it. He told me this multiple times. He reasoned with me. He sat down and explained things to me. And yet and still continued to do what I wanted to do. And so he left. We couldn't come to agreement, which really means I couldn't stop doing silly.
Never apologize for having high standards, because high standards are really just code for risk management. They are put in place to protect your time, your peace, and your future. And when you've created a beautiful life for yourself and you've done the work, you are not going to tolerate things that don't align with the life that you want. And anyone who tries to convince you, by the way, that you are too picky or your standards are too high, either doesn't believe that you deserve to have that high of standards, or is uncomfortable by the fact that your standards are higher than theirs. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, because this is your life, not theirs. And so don't shrink, don't over-explain, don't try to negotiate your non-negotiables, because the goal is not to be chosen by everyone. It's to choose well and attract the right person in. And the moment you stop apologizing for having high standards is the moment you stop entertaining people who never deserved access to you to begin with. Send this video to someone who needs to see it today, or drop a comment if that person is you.
I think it's funny because modern women, they want a man to lead, but then they don't want him to lead. Like, they want him to provide, but don't be the sole provider. You know what I mean? Like, it gets real confusing, because you're never really ever sure exactly what they want. And so if men have to continue to try to guess what you want, how is that appealing? You could be out here giving somebody your money and they'd be like, so what is it that you actually want? I would love to do business with you, but what is it that you're actually looking for? And I think that's what most men struggle with. They don't actually know what a woman wants. These modern women. Used to be that you can get a read on what they're looking for, but nowadays it's a little bit more difficult.
This one is for the men. Hey, handsome. I'm gonna just hit y'all off right off the bat. Why do men stay in relationships where you are completely miserable and not thriving in life? You are no longer happy. You are drained, tired out. Are you staying because of the kids? Are you staying because you're more concerned about what others think about you, leaving a household as a man, than your own well-being? Some men are out here actually in relationships and staying because they'd rather than, God forbid, what Johnny and Tammy think down the street. I want you to know that you matter. Your life matters. How you thrive matters. Your happiness matters. The kids will be okay. Are you okay? Because if you're not okay, they're not okay. Just saying.
And I think another thing that, kind of confuses men is that a lot of these modern women have a whole checklist of the things that they need you to do. They have a whole checklist of the things that they want you to do. And then when you meet those things, or you're pretty well through that list, like you're checking maybe not every box because nobody's perfect, but a good majority of the boxes. She'll say something like, well, I mean, sometimes she don't even say anything. She just acts disappointed, like, okay, is that it? What else do you have? Like, I expect more out of my man. You know what I mean? And then when he asks, she's like, oh yeah, you're doing great, but I know my friends would do, or my dad would do, or my grandpa, or I've heard stories and tales of my great-great-grandpa who I never even knew doing this for my great-great-great-grandmother. So I need you to treat me like that. That's a myth. He never did that. If you go back to her and you ask her actually you can't ask her because she passed away. Your mother's lying to you. That's a myth.
I don't give a what anybody told you. It is impossible for you to show up for your children 100% and be the best mom ever if you're living in survival mode. Okay? Please understand, there is no possible way for a woman to be the best mother she ever could be if she's living in survival mode. I'm talking about working multiple jobs, stressed the out, has no support system, nothing. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying you can't be a great mom, but I'm saying that the mom you could be if you weren't living in survival mode ain't on the mother that you are while you're living in survival mode, because we're not meant to live in survival mode. The internet and everyone trying to make it seem like we're supposed to be these independent women and we're supposed to thug it out and do it and we could do everything. Yes, we could do everything, but we are not meant to live in survival mode. And it's impossible for you to give your kids the best version of yourself if you are living in survival mode constantly, non-stop, stressed the fuck out. You can't show up for them kids. You can't even show up for you.
Let me tell you something. You modern women got a man showing up for you for years, doing your bidding, fighting off these other men that be dogging you out, simping for you, ungrateful, pretty much buy you anything that you want as long as he can afford it, and it ain't gonna put him out. That ain't the man that you want. Show up for you, be on the phone with you, gotta go to work early in the morning, gotta get up and go to the gym, need to be grocery shopping, on the phone with you, had a business meeting, because some of these men are missing business opportunities. And you might sit up here and say, oh man, he an idiot for that. Maybe so, but he's trying to invest in you. And this is what men are trying not to do. I see I have this opportunity, but I'm trying to give you my time. And when y'all continue to waste a man's time, he says, you know what? I'm not missing no more opportunity. Well, you shouldn't in the first place. Exactly. But I did it because I thought you was going to be a good investment. And now that I know for sure, with 100% certainty, that you as a modern woman are not going to be a good investment, I'm going to be taking the business meeting every
I made a list of 5 things I think every woman should do on a first date in 2026. Number 1, when you guys figure out your date and time, you meet there, don't go in the restaurant or coffee place first. If he doesn't meet you somewhere near your car and walk up with you, no second date. Number 2, try to grab the restaurant door or coffee door in front of him first. If he doesn't stop you and grab it for you, open the door for you, no second date. Number 3, wait for him to order. Try to see if he orders first. If he doesn't say, no thanks, ladies first, no second date. Number 4, offer to pay your half. If you went to dinner, offer to pay your half or at least what you got. If he doesn't insist on paying the full thing, no second date. And number 5, if you guys had a good time, you go outside, maybe give him a hug outside the door or say your goodbyes right outside the door of the establishment. If he doesn't offer to walk you to your car, no second date. Don't settle.
And modern women expect you to commit to them, right? Modern women really honestly, they want control over commitment is really what they want. They want control over your access to them, and they want control over their commitment. So they want all of the cards, which is, oh, I'm strong and independent. I don't need no man. And this and that. I can choose this man. I got this man on my roster. He does this. I got this man that does that. And I can choose any one of them whenever I would like to. Right. You can do all of that and have a fantastic life. People doing things for you. I don't know what they got going on. That might be an arrangement that you guys enjoy in some instances for a number of years. But then you, at one point in time, and this is where you get into trouble. At one point in time, you want a man even if it's not that man, you want a man to commit to you, right? Unfortunately for you, that man has been seeing you act a fool out there. And now you're wondering why this man won't commit to you, why this man won't propose to you, why this man won't marry you. I've been seeing you act a fool. And a lot of men see that. They see you out here playing the field, roaming around, and then saying, I'm going to continue to roam around. You're not even doing it in private, right? They see all the stuff you're doing and they say, I don't think so. I don't want to marry a woman like that. If she's going to be out here messing with this guy and that guy, it's not the type of woman that I want. You got women out here trying to take a man for all of his money. I don't want that. That's not something that I'm looking for. You're not doing anything to beat the out.
Hey, why are we in a social climate of where men do not approach women, like women they'd be romantically interested in? Because women have very overtly said they don't want to be approached. Like the loudest voices talking about men approaching women are saying, don't approach us. Now, there's nuance there. Understand I am very pro-social. I want people talking to each other as much as possible, regardless of romantic interest, but certainly including that. Now, I didn't fully articulate myself when I said there's good reasons for men not to approach women. It's more that I want men to approach women thoughtfully. I want you to be very mindful of your physical size difference and how much space is between you. I want you to be very mindful of not creating a sense of pressure or obligation. I want you to be very mindful of if she's not interested in talking, that you don't keep pushing it. I want you to be very mindful that if you get rejected, that's not a personal reflection of you. She's just not interested. If you can keep all of those things in mind, then approach women left, right, and center. This is what women are talking about when they say don't approach us. They're talking about men who do not follow the rules I just laid out. Of course, not all men that approach women are disregarding those rules. And those men know that. Those men who are like very mindful of women and how they come off and creating a safe space, they understand when we're saying don't approach women, we're not talking to them. But the majority of men don't understand this.
Here's the reality of a healthy and secure relationship, not the clickbait you see on TikTok and Instagram. So let's see if this video actually gets seen. The first one, your partner is going to trigger you. Whoever told you that healthy and secure relationships never make you feel anxious, and if you have any kind of triggers, they're not the one for you, is a fucking liar. A trigger is a neutral action or inaction, so your partner could do something as simple as close the door a little loudly, and that could trigger you. We're not looking for a partner that never triggers you or activates you. We're looking for a partner where you can work through that together and actually have a real conversation and express what you're going through so that they can receive it and understand it. The second thing, relationships are one giant conversation. If you don't like to communicate and you don't want to talk about your feelings and you don't want to tell them what's going on, then you're going to be really lonely in your relationship, or you're going to have a lot of resentment that's going to grow. Healthy and secure relationships thrive on open and honest communication, and not just communication, but also comprehension. And the last thing, you actually still have to date your partner. You can't just get all lazy and be like, whatever, we just never go out. We never have sex, we never connect, because then that was where your relationship is going. Plan date night, do unique things together. That way you can keep the spark alive and not let it die on the side, because you guys are just so busy with life that you forget about the life that you're building together.
You know the reason why most men don't ask any questions to women while they are on a date? Is because most of the men, they were taught on how to convince a woman to give them what he wants, rather than actually how to be curious about them. Because a man will know from the get-go what he wants from you. And since most of the men don't have any personality, they will just brag about their achievements. He will say stuff like, oh, you know, I achieved this, or oh, I achieved that. And the reason why he does it is because sharing his achievements is like foreplay. He thinks that you will get impressed, and thus you will be convinced to give him what he wants. And let's, to be honest, not even his fault, because he was genuinely not taught on how to be curious about women. He was taught the wrong thing. That is how to convince them. Now, this is just my observation. I don't know if this is universal or not. So, what do you think? Let me know what you think.
Where are the men? Like, that's what I want to know. Like, where you at? I done been to the gym. I done been to Target. I done been everywhere. Like, where are you? Where do you be at? Where do y'all be at? Where's the men? Where's the men that want wives? Like, where are you? Where are you looking at? Because obviously you're not looking over here. Like, what's wrong? Like, where do we find men at? Like, where?
You cannot make this stuff up. You can't, right? If you're asking this question in 2026, you've missed the plot, right? That ship may have sailed already. In 2026, you're asking where are the men? I got nothing for you. If you don't know by now, I got nothing for you. What I'm looking forward to is the crash out from Valentine's Day. Okay, you're gonna have modern women boohoo-whining and complaining, crashing out because men are simply not giving them gifts, or they're realizing that they're a jump off. Or some of them know that they're a jump off and they're demanding gifts anyways, right? From guys clapping their cheeks once a week. Yeah, they're demanding gifts from those guys. Okay, guys that are not even committed to them, not their boyfriends, not their fiancés or husbands or anything of that sort. Demanding a gift from men.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. Let me tell you, we don't care.
Let's be completely honest for a second. Have you noticed how socially acceptable it is for a woman to demand things from a man? But the second a man expects something back, he's the bad guy? Think about it. It is perfectly normal for a woman to expect a guy to pay for all the dates. Yeah. But if he expects physical intimacy in return, he is toxic. It is totally fine to expect a man to pay all the rent and provide. Yeah. But if he asks her to cook and clean, suddenly he is called a misogynist. Society says a man must work hard so his wife can be a stay-at-home mom, but he isn't actually allowed to ask her to be one. The hypocrisy is wild. Yeah. People are demanding a list of expectations while bringing absolutely nothing to the table. And because nobody wants to acknowledge this double standard, something huge is quietly happening in the background. Mm-hmm. Good men are getting exhausted. Between the double standards and all the negativity toward men right now, a massive group of guys have just decided to stop dating completely. Now, you might see a small group of angry guys complaining in the comments online. Yeah. But what society doesn't realize is that the vast majority of these single men are completely silent. Mm-hmm. They just quietly walked away from the game. Why? Because once a man steps away from all the dating drama and finally discovers what real peace and sanity feel like, he is never going back. He will choose his peace over the craziness every single time.
I decided that I was going to tell him that I wanted a divorce. I texted my therapist, our marriage counselor, and I was like, I need to tell him that I want a divorce, but I want to do it in a session so that there's like a mediator present. Got us in like ASAP, like 2 days later. And I walked in knowing that I was going to ask for a divorce. We sit down in our session. It's like really tense, really awkward. My ex was sitting there like, so why do we have an emergency session? Therapist was like, Jamie, do you want to start? And I just started crying and I was like, I want a divorce. You know, it's hard for me to like say the words. I'm done. I want a divorce. He sat there quiet. I'm sitting next to him crying. He didn't move. He didn't look at me. He didn't react at all. He just was stone cold. And eventually our therapist was like, would you like to respond? He responded right away. And he's like, fine, let's just go ahead and finalize the details. And that was that. I looked at my therapist and I was just like kind of stunned. I knew that I was ready to leave, but I couldn't believe that that was his reaction. There was no empathy. There was no compassion. There was no like wanting to fight for us. I didn't think that there would be, but you know, you just always hope that like one last try. We went home that night. We didn't speak. He slept on the couch. I woke up and went to work the next day, came home. He was playing PlayStation that night. I sat next to him. We hadn't talked in 24 hours. I said, can we talk about what happened yesterday? And he was just playing, just looking straight ahead. And he was like, what's to talk about? In my mind, I'm thinking, this is our last ditch effort to like steer this ship around, you know? And I was like, so what are we gonna do? And he just kept playing and he was like, I already got an apartment. I already took my name off of the lease. He had done things within that 24 hours. He had opened up the filing folder of his single man life and went ahead and got all the done.
A lot of women say they want a good man until they actually meet one. I will share with you qualities of a good man. A good man is not soft, is not convenient. A good man is not constantly available on demand. A good man has boundaries, discipline, priorities that don't change just because someone is in a bad mood today. And no, he's not wicked because he don't bend. He's just being principled. A good man creates order. He doesn't enjoy chaos, shouting, or back and forth. He wants peace, clarity and respect in his home. But here is where most women get it wrong. When you have never met a good man, you will misinterpret him. You will say he's proud because he doesn't beg. You will say he's wicked because he doesn't entertain nonsense. You will say he's selfish because he takes care of himself. But that is not being selfish. That is a man who refused to be drained, manipulated, or being used. Good men don't chase drama. Good men don't chase attention. Good men don't need validation. permission to feel like a man. They build, lead, provide structure. Truth be told, not every woman is ready for a good man, because a good man is stable, consistent, has direction. And that is why if you grow up around dysfunction, chaos feels normal to you, peace feels boring until the day you lose it. A good man requires partnership, respect, a woman who is emotionally regulated, not reckless. So women, when a man stands firm, don't rush to label him. Some men are not toxic, they are just matured men. And the right woman will not fight that. She will rise to meet him. Share this with a friend that wants to know the quality of a good man. And men, save this so that you can come back to it.
A lot of these modern women, what they want is the benefit of a good man. They want the benefit of a traditional man. They want the benefit, all the benefits, that tradition, that the patriarchy, whatever you want to call it. They want all of those benefits, but they don't really respect the man that's giving them those benefits. A lot of these modern women will go out here and still be messing with that. They'll find the dude and still be messing around with other dudes, talking about, I just can't find a man that respects me. Can't find a man that wants me and loves me and sees me for who I am. Can't find him. But what about this guy? Yeah, you know, he does respect me. Is he ugly? No, he's not ugly. Is there any chemistry there? You know, butterflies. Do you say you're looking for a spark? Is there a spark there? Yeah, there's a spark there, but I'm 25. I'm 25. And I'm not paying attention to that spark right now. I'm trying to go out and create other sparks. Why would you go out and try to create another spark when you have the spark right here? Most people spend a lifetime looking for this type of man. You found him at 25, 26 years old. Some of these women, the privilege of going to college, doing all that they need to do, and really honestly and truly, all that they want to do. Some of these women will be out here, beat and racked up a high body count, done everything that you can think of. By the time they're 30 years old, run across a man that would be like, yeah, I know you as wild, but I'm willing to, I don't care about any of that. Well, what's going to happen when men start talking to you about, yeah, I know, but I'm willing to overlook that. It sounds like you've changed. It sounds like you've gone to therapy. It sounds like you're not the same person anymore. Why don't we get together? No, I don't want to do that. Well, I respect you. I'll take you out. I'll do all of these things for you. No, I'm not ready yet. I want to go another 5 years doing all of the things that I want to do. And then, honestly and truly, in about another 5 years, when he's found somebody that has less bodies, respects him, respects what he does for a living, respects his community, respects his family, whole 9 yards. Obviously, she ain't perfect. He ain't perfect, right? They go ahead and get married. And at about 35 years old, he got a 5-year-old. And you sitting up there trying to, freeze your eggs and do all that other nonsense. That's on you.